So it is corn planting time in the South. These are my raised beds, and that's just the only way I can describe them. And I always have to give this disclaimer because everybody wants to know where they can get some too. Well, you really probably can't. These are fiberglass tubs, and they're very expensive. They're a business that I was at was throwing them away, and I got them, cut the bottoms out of them, and so it's just basically a frame, which makes it a raised bed. And anyway, what we're going to do today is plant some corn. This is peaches and cream corn from Haas Tools. If you haven't bought your seeds yet, and you may like something else, you may like an ambrosia, you may like silver queen, you may like, there's several different, Haas has, I don't know, 24 different kinds of corn probably. But whatever corn you're planting, just know that it does real well in raised beds. So don't be afraid to plant corn in raised beds. So something I have here that I use in my raised beds, and would use, but put a handle on it and use it out in the dirt also, but this year I'm planting in raised beds, is this little, it's not a gauge, it's a planting tool. I just made some little, took a little while to make, but not that bad. Screwed these little triangle looking pieces onto this probably a 1x2, and I've got them screwed in about every 8 inches. So 8 inches apart is what we're planting, which coincides perfectly with these raised beds. These raised beds are about 40 inches wide. So if I come in here and I put the end of it at that and this end of it at that and punch a hole, go down in there, and these are about an inch, probably, that's about 2 inches deep, maybe 2.5, and I don't go all the way down in there for most of them, and just punch a hole, kind of wiggle it back and forth where you get a pretty solid hole. Do that on both sides. That means I'm planting 10. First of all, I'm planting rows close together, which is going to be great for pollination, and I'm planting them 10 to a bed. Again, these beds are about, I think they're 42 long and 20 wide. I've already pre-fertilized with some fertilizer stripped down the middle, covered that up the other day, and now we're just putting holes in it like that. We'll come in and drop the seed. If it looks like the hole's too deep, I may throw a little dirt in it. I want about an inch deep, maybe an inch and a half. And then we'll throw some seed in there, and I'll do the whole thing and show you the results in just a minute. And how I'm going to cover it up. And again, it's already fertilized. I've got my drip situation here from the yesteryears, and I will add that to it when I think it needs it. It doesn't need it yet, but I will pretty soon, pretty dadgum soon, because I want this to really get going. So I'm gonna punch a bunch of holes and then show you that. So here it is. Here they're all punched, the holes all punched. That took maybe all of 2 or 3 minutes, not a big deal. A little bending over. And you may say, well, I can just use my finger and poke a hole. You can, and that works. But this way, I know that they are spaced exactly 8 inches apart. Each one of them, 8 inches apart. And I can get them, the right distance, or what I consider to be the right distance from the edge of the raised bed, the tub. And so anyway, I think I'm just going to plant one seed because I don't know if I got enough here. I don't know, it's going to be enough probably, and if not, I've got some ambrosia or something in there from a year or two ago, so I'm going to put one seed in it. Again, if it looks like the hole is deep, that hole is a little deep, so I'll put a little dirt in it, put that in there, and then just cover it up, just barely. One seed, cover it up. One seed, cover it up. I'm gonna come back across this with a rake that just smooths thing out, a leaf rake, not a heavy duty rake, and just put that in there, and then cover it up. And what I probably will do is just, instead of covering up as I go here, I'll just drop all the corn in the holes. I will come back with a rake and rake it all in or smooth it all in with my hand, whatever. I'll show you that in just a second. But first of all, I'm just going to plant this corn seed, each one of these holes with a corn seed. And again, this is peaches and cream sweet corn. It's a bicolored corn, and it is good stuff. So this is just a leaf rake, and if I just take that and just run it across there real lightly, just the edge of it, it does a great job covering it, the little holes up that I just punched and planted corn in. I mean, I tell you what, I'll reach it, half of them from this side, and go on the other side and pull that way. It's gonna be a whole lot gooder, I think. Let's do that. And tonight we're getting a big rain, and the rain should, well, it's supposed to get a big rain. The rain should drive some of that silt, take some of that silt or the finer stuff down into that hole and really seal that seed in the hole, seal the seed against the soil, which is what you want. And this should germinate well. Now, why am I only putting one corn to a hole? Well, first of all, Haas tool seeds germinate very, very well. They're tested for the year, you know, that they're made for, and they just have a great germination rate. So I'm not as concerned. I may have a few that don't germinate, but secondly, mainly, getting down on your hands and knees and thinning corn is a lot more work than planting corn. So for that reason, I'm just planting one. If two of them drop in there, if I drop two in the hole, I'm kind of leaving it. I'm not gonna worry about it. But by and large, if they're getting one per hole, and I'll show you how well they germinate. They should do well. Not going to be 100%, but should be pretty good. And I think worth not thinning out by hand, because that's just tough. It's not tough, but it's, you know, something. It's a job I don't want. So whenever I can not do a job that I don't want to do, I call that a victory, and you should too. So those are all covered up. But this is planted, fertilized down the middle about a week ago with triple 13. Reason I used triple 13, I just didn't have enough of the Haas fertilizer, and hope I didn't get too much. I did it pretty heavy. Been rained on a couple of times since then, so the fertilizer should be starting to break down, and once these start coming up, it should they should kick off real nice and quickly. And then I'll have to get this drip irrigation down soon. And what I do, I just run a drip tube down the middle of this, all the way down the row, and the water will actually fall down on the fertilizer strip, and will cause the roots to come looking for the water as well as come looking for the fertilizer. So it's just always worked really well. Again, there's fertilizer strip right down the middle, pre-fertilized, and when they get up to about 16-18 inches tall, then I'll come in here and put some I think it's Chilean nitrate or ammonium sulfate maybe, and I'll side dress it with that at least once, maybe twice, and it depends on how the corn looks. I want it to be dark forest green. I mean dark green. That means it's getting plenty of fertilizer. So, but for right now, we got it planted. Hope that helps you. I think we're done here, and because of that, we're gone.